They thought you had no punches, no fight in you. They believed you were dead, buried, finished, but oh, how wrong they were. You showed them who the hell you were: a survivor, a beast, a boss. They couldn't believe it when you got up, fists clenched, swinging at your opponents, your fears, and every obstacle they thought would destroy you. It shocked them. Hell, it scared them. The moment they realized you were a fighter, they started to panic. You see, they never expected you to rise. They thought you were just another forgotten one, a trifling shadow in their world of bright lights and fake smiles. You were the outcast, the one they mocked, the one they spat on like gum stuck to their polished shoes. And oh, how they laughed. The names they called you: worthless, weak, a mistake. Those words didn't just sting, they dug into your soul, carving wounds you thought would never heal. For what? For being different? For refusing to meet their ridiculous, hollow standards. They labeled you pathetic. But here's the thing about pathetic: it's a word they use to mask their fear. You see, you made them uncomfortable. Your very existence was a mirror they didn't want to look into. You reminded them of the parts of themselves they were too cowardly to face. So they made it their mission to crush you. They whispered behind your back, turned their whispers into roars, and tried to drown you in their cruelty. But you stayed breathing, alive. That's where their story started to crumble. They didn't understand it then, but you were never nothing. And here's the cruel joke they never saw coming. Nothing can't be broken, but nothing can rise. Buried beneath their hate and your pain was something they overlooked: a spark, a seed, a power so raw it terrified even you. But they were too blinded by their arrogance to notice. They thought they'd won. Until one day, one earth-shattering, glorious day that power awakened. Maybe it was the final betrayal. Maybe it was the last cruel laugh. Or maybe it was the moment you stopped giving a damn about their opinions. Whatever it was, it ignited something inside you. You didn't just rise, you erupted. You didn't become better. You became something they couldn't comprehend, something they couldn't control. People like them, they live for control. They need to feel superior, to feel like gods in their pathetic little worlds. But when they saw you, when they saw what you had become, they lost that control. Now you haunt them. Every step you take, every move you make, they can't stop watching. You're the nightmare that stalks them in broad daylight, the shadow they can't outrun. You turned their ridicule into your strength. You forged their cruelty into your armor. And now you are their obsession. Every insult, every laugh, every smug grin, they remember it all. And it suffocates them. Their regret is unbearable, isn't it? Oh, how they wish they could turn back time. How they wish they could rewrite history, show you kindness instead of cruelty. But regret is a chain they will wear for eternity. And you are their hell. Every time they see your face, they're reminded of their failure. Every time they hear your name, it's another dagger in their pride. They will spend the rest of their miserable lives watching you thrive, knowing they could have stood beside you but chose to stand in your way. You are the weapon forged from their malice, the flame that their hatred couldn't extinguish. So stand tall, survivor. Stand tall, beast. Stand tall, boss up. And now, here you are, a force they can't escape. You don't just live rent-free in their minds, you own the whole damn neighborhood. Every victory you claim, every smile you wear, every ounce of joy you radiate, it's a reminder of their failure, their inability to break you. Do you feel it? That weight pressing on them? It's not just regret, it's envy. They envy your strength. They envy your resilience. They envy the fact that, despite everything they threw at you, you're still here, standing, thriving. But what eats them alive the most is this: you didn't just survive, you turned their cruelty into fuel, and now you're soaring higher than they ever thought possible. The irony. Their hate built you. They were the architects of the very thing they now fear. Their insults were the hammer, their laughter the chisel, and their rejection the forge. They thought they were breaking you, but instead they sharpened you into a blade so fierce it cuts through their egos with every step you take. And now they're trapped in their own nightmare. They can't look at you without seeing the person they tried to destroy. They can't hear your name without being reminded of their failure. They thought they were burying you, but they were planting a seed. And when you bloomed, oh, you didn't just bloom, you became a wildfire, consuming everything in your path, unstoppable and unapologetic. You see, their greatest mistake wasn't underestimating you. Their greatest mistake was giving you a reason to rise. And rise you did, not for them, not to prove them wrong, but for yourself. You found your power, your voice, your fire. You stopped caring about their approval because you realized their opinions were nothing more than the whispers of insecure minds. Now they watch, helpless. They watch as you thrive in the spaces they swore you'd never enter. They watch as you achieve the dreams they said were impossible. And it kills them. Not because they hate you, but because they hate themselves for ever doubting you. But here's the twist: they needed you. They needed someone to pour their insecurities into, someone to project their fears onto. And now that you've turned their hate into your fuel, they're left empty, hollow, lost. They become prisoners of their own bitterness while you're free. Free to live. Free to love. Free to be unapologetically you. So let them watch, let them regret. Let them live in the chaos of their own making. Because you've already won. And remember this: the fire they tried to extinguish is now the beacon that lights your path. The chains they used to bind you have become the armor that shields you. And the scars they left behind, they're not signs of weakness, they're proof of your strength. So go on, survivor, beast, boss. Let your story be the one they never stopped telling, the story of how they tried to break you and, in doing so, created their own worst nightmare. Unstoppable, that's what you are. A force of nature they never saw coming. Every move you make sends ripples through their world, unsettling the false foundation they built on arrogance and cruelty. But here's the real kicker: you're not even focused on them anymore.
Please take this short break from your video to support our channel by getting yourself merch. Enjoy the rest of the video.
You've moved on. Set your sights on bigger things, brighter horizons. While they stew in the mess they made, you're out there conquering mountains, breaking barriers, and living a life they can only dream about. And that's the beauty of it: they became obsessed with the very person they thought they'd erased. Do you understand the power in that? Their whispers, once venomous and sharp, have turned into hushed awe. They can't help but talk about you, can't help but follow your every step. They've turned your name into a legend, not out of respect, but because they can't escape the gravity of your existence. You are their reckoning. And while they scramble to make sense of how you thrived, you're writing a new chapter, one where their opinions don't matter, one where their shadows can't reach. You're thriving because you learned the ultimate truth: their hatred was never about you. It was about them. Their insecurities, their fears, their inability to handle someone as raw, real, and powerful as you. Now they're stuck in a loop of what ifs. What if they had supported you? What if they had treated you with kindness? What if they hadn't underestimated the quiet storm brewing inside you? But the time for what ifs is over. You don't owe them answers, you don't owe them forgiveness. What you owe is to yourself, to keep growing, keep thriving, and keep being the unstoppable force you've become. Because every step forward you take is a reminder of how far you've come. Every victory is a testament to the strength they tried to crush. And every smile, every laugh, every moment of joy is a defiance of the chains they tried to wrap around you. Let drown in their regret. Let them choke on their envy. Because while they're busy obsessing over the power they couldn't control, you're out here living a life so vibrant, so uncontainable, that it eclipses every shadow they tried to cast over you. So stand tall. Keep rising. Keep being the survivor, the beast, the boss. And remember, you are not their victim. You are their reckoning. You are their reminder that no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't extinguish the fire within you. You were trifling. But now, you're their obsession. And there's no going back. Remember, you are that female, that male, you are that joker, and don't let anyone tell you any different. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell the Batman I said hello.